Hey guys, it's CL, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I make brand new Critical Role recaps every Monday at noon, and would be happy to have you join the party. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe, and hit the Bertrand bell to be notified of future videos. Now, in today's segment of time where we all gather and wonder, what do we do with our lives during Critical Role off weeks, I wanted to talk about something that is sometimes, in my opinion, stigmatized by a lot of D&D players. Honestly, until Critical Role, it wasn't something I had ever thought about including in my roleplay until I saw it in practice. And that's romance in a campaign. I get it, it's not for everyone. Just like how in real life there are people that romance isn't their thing. There is nothing wrong with enjoying being murder hobos or gremlins when it comes to treasure. Some people just prefer that type of gameplay. But there are so many interesting and awesome places you can take a storyline when you include romance in your game that I wanted to cover. Disclaimer, the one rule I have if your character is feeling some type of way about a party member or an NPC is talk about it. Make sure the receiving end is comfortable with taking that route in their gameplay. Remember, this is their adventure too, so having an open dialogue on comfort level and the boundaries that we have set in place is incredibly important. So don't forget that. Critical Role's first foray into romance was transport via Vax and Keyleth. During an early Talks Machina episode, Liam stated that he didn't know what it was that triggered Vax's feelings for Keyleth, but he approached the DM and asked if that was a real thing that he could pursue. We watched as everyone around the table cringed and hid their giggles, while Vax reached out to Keyleth's hand while she spoke to the Sun Tree. At that moment, it changed Critical Role forever. Some of my favorite moments were only ripples off of the initial impact of this moment in the Vox Machina campaign. Once those two started their, spoiler warning, quite tragic love story, we watched vex'ahlia and Percy blossom as they tried to conquer each other's demons. They became the first character marriage. They also became our favorite mom and dad in Whitestone. Sometimes I do wonder if we would have gotten there eventually anyway. I mean, there are only so many characters you can play before you need to tackle different identities. Like Veth in Campaign 2 is a wife and a mother from the start. It was only a matter of time before someone at the table would play someone like that. And then you have Yasha and Bo's initial chemistry that was there in episode 1. When the barbarian threw the monk over her shoulder, Bo literally sang Yasha's name when she was introduced. There was a spark that not even the Stormlord himself could stop. Hell, the fandom was shipping it by the second Talks Machina episode for Campaign 2. Sometimes romance is an innate thing and a natural progression in a storyline. There's so many things that I think wouldn't have happened without Vax and Keyleth as well. I think it opened Laura's eyes. You had Travis who said he would never roleplay a romance, ever. And then Laura said, I'm gonna make you turn down your wife, if he turned down Jester in Campaign 2. And we were all so proud of our boy when he knocked on that tiefling's door and gave her some smoochies. Now he's the horniest character at the table in Campaign 3. We love character growth, even out of a campaign. Imagine if Vax and Keyleth had never happened. Maybe we never would have gotten the bathtub scene where a naked Percy and Vax were in deep conversation while his twin was hiding underneath the water surface. Maybe we wouldn't have gotten that beautiful moment between Ford and Jester on the ship while a jellyfish bloom was incandescently glowing beneath them. Or when Yasha lifted Bo high into the rumple-cusp sky, once her wings had finally been bestowed to her. Or the tragedy of Caleb realizing that Jester loved someone else. Or the comedy of Nott and Bo exchanging secret crushes. I think what I'm really trying to say is keep an open mind when you're playing in worlds. Don't be afraid to try things that scare you. Don't pull away from inklings that your character want to pursue. Just follow their whims, and even if it ends in broken hearts and unrequited love, it was still probably entertaining. Think about all of the passageways that romance can open up in your story. Sure, there's definitely common aspects like what it means for a group dynamic when two people start caring for each other a lot. I'm sure some awkward giggles will ensue. You can learn a lot about your character and what's important to them when they start caring about someone like they're themselves, you know? Like, what are they willing to put at risk to make sure someone doesn't get hurt? What are they willing to sacrifice in their other relationships or in their goals, even? What does it look like when two characters break up? Is it existentially awkward and the game is ruined forever? Probably not. People break up every day. It's really interesting to see how people deal with loss when it's not death or illness or someone going away. Sometimes that's some of the juiciest roleplay. So that's all I had to really say. I was watching Campaign 3 and thinking about Fern and Chetney and how far we've really come since the Sun Tree moment when Vax really said that he loved Keyleth for the first time. And if that moment hadn't have happened, would I still love the show as much? Would there be such a real pull that we understand about these characters? The realism and the storytelling of the show is really what drew me in. And part of me wonders if we had never experienced that relationship RP, would I be as delved into Critical Role as I am now? So interested to see how friendships and relationships play out, see how it affects their storylines and where they go and how they make decisions. What do you guys think? Have you ever tried it in your campaigns? I want to hear your stories in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and check out my Campaign 3 recaps on my channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Good day, my friends.
You have 10 missed messages. First message.